Hey, everybody. Welcome
Asleep
to
at the switch?
Asleep at the Switch. I was watching the intro. That looked pretty good. We're Mike and Jennifer, and you're watching Ask Us Anything. It is our weekly live Ask Us Anything show right here on the RV Lifestyle channel on YouTube. Beautiful day where we're coming to you today from, which is in Okaloosa Island, Florida. This is where we have been now for, I think it's a month, 4 weeks now, and looks like we'll be here for a while. This is where we are sheltering in place, hanging out. We're on a lockdown order, as almost every place is in the country. We're with Bo, who you can't see, who's right underneath the desk here, looking out the window where we're on the fourth floor of a condo, and he has a view of what, about a half a mile radius, I guess. And he's looking for any dog that'll be out there. And I guarantee he'll see one here while we're on the air and he'll start barking. So now you know. And
He's ready.
he is absolutely ready. Hey, it is a delight to have you here. We want to give you a couple quick ideas. When you do have a question, please type all in caps question at the start of whatever your question may be. If it's a comment you're making, type in comment all in caps. And that way we'll be able to easily find them, because as we do this, we get lots of people tuning in. And as they all tune in, it sometimes gets hard for us to, because they start scrolling. You see how all those comments go. We don't want to miss anything. We try and work our way through. And please don't ask the same question multiple times. Our moderators often will interpret that as spam, and we'll remove that if that happens. We've just been getting big crowds watching us, and I know everybody's on lockdown, and I hate to have rules, but we want to make it as ordered as we can and be able to answer as many questions. How are you doing?
I'm doing terrific.
How are you guys doing out there, wherever you happen to be? We hope you're doing well. Everybody is pretty much hunkered down, and we're all told to expect to do this at least to the end of the month. We're told that this may be the worst week yet in this virus, and we're not going to focus on that here. You've heard plenty of bad news, so we're going to talk about the places we can go later on, questions about the RV, and I'm sure we'll touch on issues related to the RV lifestyle involved with this shutdown. But our feeling in doing these things on Sunday night, and then our new one, the virtual campfire that we do every Friday night, is just to kind of keep us all in touch. It's always good to think and plan, right?
It certainly is.
All right, let's go through and say hi to a bunch of
Had a
folks.
question there.
The first one came from Sandy Kraus. And Sandy, I don't know how long you were standing by, but thanks for being the first one in our comments. I see a lot of RVers working from their RV. And Sandy wants to know what's the best. There's Bo. He sees a dog somewhere out there. Sandy wants to know what is the best way to.
Oh, it's a little itty bitty dog. Oh,
That dog is about the size, is about 6 inches
it's
long.
about as big as a cat. Bo,
Bo, I'm not going to tell him your big news, because Bo has. Where's Bo back there? Bo has big news. We're kicking him out. He doesn't like that. Go on, Bo. You're not allowed on. He's got big news. I'm not going to tell him your news until later on, and I won't tell him at all if you don't behave. So, I think his celebrity is going to his head.
He's just bored. He's looking for action.
So anyway, Sandy wants to know what's the best way to secure Wi-Fi, especially when boondocking. Sandy, I used to have all sorts of recommendations about getting a cell phone booster and all that stuff, and getting different Wi-Fi networking things. Now I simply say get a MiFi card. I think that's the name of it for Verizon, and I don't know what AT&T calls it. Maybe the same thing, but it's a little data card, and you use that. That will work 99.5% everywhere. And you don't have to worry about being secure when you're boondocking, because most of the time when you're boondocking, you're out there all by yourself someplace. So that's what we use. And I have a cell phone booster. I don't even turn it on. I don't think I've needed a cell phone booster once this year. Have I? Do you remember when I've had to turn it on?
No.
Yeah. So there you go. Some more people who were online early. E Squared, howdy from Canton Message says hello. East Helena, Montana. Your chats make our day. Oh, thank you. That's really exciting. Road Trip Buddy made the third post and wants to know what's for dinner. Just had it. What would you call that dinner?
I don't know what it's called.
You should make up a name for it.
Yeah. It's a really easy meal to make. It's 2 cups of chopped chicken and a package of frozen vegetables, a cup of mild cheddar, half a cup of sour cream, and a can of cream of chicken soup. Mix that all together, and then on top you put 6 little like biscuits. I use Bisquick and a quarter cup of sour cream and 3 tablespoons of milk.
Would you call that like biscuits and chicken
Yeah,
or?
it's kind of like that, but it's so easy to make,
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
and it's very good. And what's wonderful is we make it go 3 meals.
Yeah. And we've had some great meals this week. You cooked on our Friday night. If you were there Friday night road trip, buddy, you saw us. We had to leave
Vegetable,
earlier. She was cooking
vegetable.
vegetable lasagna, and that was pretty good. So we've done really well with them. So thank you for asking, and you missed it. If you were here, we would have had enough for you, but you're not here. David, Tandy, and Buster. Hope you're having a blessed Palm Sunday. Just back from the driveway camping last night. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
that sounds like fun camping in the driveway.
a lot of people.
Oh, get a life. That
He just erupts
yeah,
like this.
it's like the 4-year-old starts to cry because it's just so loud.
I don't even see what he sees. Oh, there's that
That
little.
little itty bitty
This
dog
dog
is
is
just
like this big, and it's a quarter mile away.
well,
Yeah,
it's out there wandering around.
it's dangerous. He's
We
warning
are
us.
in danger. That
Yeah,
little puppy's having a blast because it's not on a leash.
yeah. It is a
Cute
Palm
little thing.
Sunday, and normally a day many of us would have been in church, but thank goodness for the internet because that's the way to do it these days. Julie D, what is your valued opinion regarding the availability of inventory of travel trailers by the end of the year? Retiring and looking to purchase. I think that it will be a very strong market for RV dealers. A lot of people are going to want to go and vacation and camp and experience the RV lifestyle. I think when this thing settles down, and don't you agree? People are not going to want to go on a cruise, not right away, not after all the publicity cruises have had. I think a lot of people are going to be reluctant to fly in an airplane because of all the air that's recirculated. Now, there's some thought that, oh, the air is perfectly filtered and you don't have to worry. But nevertheless, the perception is there, I think. And you're cooped up for a long time with so many people in
And
an
they've made
airplane.
those seats smaller.
Yeah, it's more
We
comfortable.
always fly in the Comfort, the Comfort Plus. That's
Yeah.
what those seats. And the last time we went out to Arizona, we were in a regular seat, and then the person in front, both ways, they take it back,
Oh, I hate
their
that.
seat, and then watching the screen in front of you, it's just too close to your eyes. And there's that one video where some man couldn't stand it and he pounded on the back of somebody's
I've
chair.
come close to doing that myself, I got to
Yeah.
say. But anyway, I think because of the scare, people are going to be reluctant to fly, reluctant to do cruise ships. They're not going to be keen on going to Europe. I think a lot of people are going to have this pent up desire. We've all been cooped up a month or two now with this. They're going to want an RV. So I think there'll be a lot of people flooding RV dealerships, buying RVs, be it a towable trailer or a motorhome. I think you're going to see a lot of that. And I know most of the manufacturers have closed production now. Leisure Travel Van just shut down Friday for at least 3 weeks. So they're not building. And I don't know if any of them that are building anymore.
Can't get the parts.
Can't get the parts. They're all closed down. So when they start up, they have back orders that they have to fill. They already had a lot of back orders. They're going to have a lot more back orders once they get back into business. So it is what they call a seller's market. In other words, the manufacturers and the dealers are going to be setting the price, and there's not going to be nearly as much room to get good deals because they're going to sell fast. Now, that's my prediction. Maybe I'm wrong, but and I didn't just form this out of it's from experience, but also a lot of people watching. So you want me to show him, Bo? Let's see if we can show
See
him.
if he'll
Bo.
stay. Now he just moved.
He
Who
just
knows?
Oh, okay.
Absolutely pathetic.
He is. What is he doing?
He's squeezing his head between the sofa and me,
Yeah.
trying to get some attention.
He wants attention because he knows that we're here. Actually, Bo wants us to tell everybody about the big news. And I guess we can. We got 262 watching now, and there'll be more. Bo wants everybody to know that due to popular demand, Bo now has his own Instagram page. And there it is. So he wants you all to go and subscribe to his Instagram page. Now, many of you already know that Jennifer and I have an Instagram page, and that's how you can subscribe to ours. but we're RV Lifestyle Mike. But no, that wasn't good enough for Bo. He feels that he has enough followers now that he wants his own. So go there, check it out. Please go to Instagram and subscribe to him. He's Bo the RV Elkown, and you can learn about Bo and see some of his
You
adventures.
have baby pictures up?
He's got baby pictures
Okay.
up. He's got a picture of his of his girlfriend,
Princess?
Princess, his girlfriend Princess. He's got a picture of his favorite activity and
Squirrel hunting?
squirrel hunting. So check it out. That's Bo's Instagram page, and we'll tell you more about that later. You'll hear him barking as he watches these dangerous little dogs about this big, a quarter mile away. Crazy, huh? Uh, so that's Julie's question. Linda checks in from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Ann P says, lots of time on my hands. I cleaned every drawer, cupboard, closet, and cabinet. Next is the dreaded basement. 22 years of stuff.
If we were home, we've got 26 years of stuff.
And our sticks and bricks home back in Michigan.
Back in Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep thinking, man, this time would have been great to rip into some of that.
Yeah. I have found this is, in a way, there's always a good side out of bad, right? And I think the good side is we're all just, chilling out a little bit. I started writing an article that's going to go on another blog. Somebody asked me if I'd write a blog about working remotely, and I'm doing that. And I'm enjoying doing that. I don't feel rushed. I'm planning our videos. We're going to do our first travel video next Saturday. We'll have another one. I think we're going to show you some of the stuff down here where we're at, and then we'll get back to our travel videos. But we've been watching Downton Abbey. We just started season 5. There are 6 seasons and a movie that we get to watch. And we've been taking long walks at night, long days at the dog park, which we're still allowed. And we too have a lot of time on our hands. And we've been visiting with our kids and grandkids more than normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi to George, who says, love the channel. Thank you, George. Marshall checks in. It's a nice compliment. Thank you very much, Marshall. We appreciate that. Joe Woods in Asheville, North Carolina. And he asks a question. Do you have to start the engine on your LTV, leisure travel van, periodically to keep it up? Also, did the tanks need to be drained, or are they okay to sit in the Florida sun? That's a great question, and it's a good reminder to me. I think I still have some water in mine that I am going to drain out. I will keep some to flush it when we do head back north to Michigan, but then we'll fill it. But I haven't started the engine for about a week, and I don't really have to start it because we have solar. The solar chargers are charging the lithium batteries. I do check that every couple 3 days. Gives me an excuse to go out there and look around, and they're topped off at 100%. We may take it there are still some restaurants open and you can get takeout, and we may actually go and do a takeout meal this week and then eat it in the RV, find a place to park with a nice view. Um, but the question of draining the water in the freshwater tank, yes, in the hot sun, you shouldn't let it sit for prolonged periods of time because it'll go skunky on you, especially when it's really, really hot. So we try not to do that. Now, I don't have a source here where we park it at our condo to tap it off with fresh water. So I'll just keep enough in there to flush it as we're driving down the road. And then as soon as we get somewhere where I can get water, I'll freshen it up from there. But good question. Ronald is in Mason, Ohio. James is in Washington. Question, how do you keep your rig clean? Our Agile has no room for a bucket, hose, soap to wash it down when on the road. Well, how do we keep it clean? We have the
Now,
outside.
we're talking about the exterior with a bucket, a hose, soap, and etc. You
Yeah.
ignore the dirt.
Well, I let God clean it. He puts rain on it a couple times a month, and it seems to.
I have often wondered about getting some of the bottled cleaner, and
We have that. We have a
I
couple of
know,
those
but
left.
we've never.
Yeah, we did. You did that one we did for a review.
I know, but the whole rig.
No, we didn't. Well, we did. We had somebody else do it once,
Right.
and we had it just before we came here a month ago. We had it washed at an RV place in Central Florida, someplace over by Ocala.
I remember what we paid. I don't remember the name of the place, but I remember what we paid because I
Yeah.
thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But we had at that point we had a lot of salt. 'Cause
Yeah,
had
we
just
had to
driven it
get
down from Michigan.
the Michigan
So
salt
it's
off it.
relatively clean now, but because we don't have a lot of road grime on it. But I've taken it to car washes. You have to find one that's, where you can get, it doesn't have a roof overhang. And of course, a long handled mop or brush and water will clean it just like your car. Only,
But you can't really store all that.
yep, you can't really
I'm sure
store it.
somewhere there's a telescoping scrub
We've
brush.
looked for a telescoping scrub brush, and we've seen them that people have them, but we've not been able to find one to
But
buy
we
yet.
haven't, really given it our all.
No, we haven't. Hi to Renee. Hello, Renee. Renee's back in Clarkston, Michigan, I think. Linda Ward in Mercer County, New Jersey. Marty Santik says, happy to see your smile still there in Webster, Florida.
Still,
Thanks.
they're in Webster. Yeah. Where's Webster? I don't
I
know.
don't know where Webster is. I've never been there. I know Florida pretty well, but I've not heard of Webster. I think it's mid-state, maybe. I don't know. Terry Kish is in Colorado. Brian is down in Sarasota with a question. What's the best travel trailer road assistance out there? In the opinion, CoachNet. Here's the secret. It's like aspirin. They're all the same. CoachNet, Good Sam, probably whoever made your travel trailer when you bought it has a insurance program you can get. The FMCA has one. I think Escapees has one, but they're pretty much all the same thing. AAA, maybe your own insurance company, Progressive or Geico, whatever you have. They're all pretty much the same. One of the benefits of belonging to the FMCA that I really like is they have great insurance, but they also have they will cover their members uh, if you are on the road and say you had a heart attack and you had to be hospitalized or you had to fly home. They will find somebody that will drive your rig home for you, and that's a really good service.
Yeah.
Um, we know people who've died on the road. Well, we don't know of them, but we know of them.
We have
They've
heard
died,
of.
and their spouse just couldn't take it home, and their service will find somebody to drive it home.
And I've heard people say, well, I have kids. Most kids have jobs and they can't,
Yeah, I mean, maybe your
can't get
kids
out
can
of
do it,
work.
but it's
But if they can get out of work, but for what a membership at the FMCA is what, $79 a year?
I think so. It's pretty expensive. Most of the other
It's
memberships are
kind of an
much cheaper.
insurance policy.
Yeah. So I would check that. I would check
That's the
that.
benefits of being in the FMCA.
Hello from Brighton, Michigan. Mad Dillies in South Florida. Bill has a question. Any word on when the leisure travel van will start using the 2020 Ford Transit? Probably pretty much as soon as they open for business at the end of this shutdown is lasting at least 3 weeks. They should be getting chassis delivered even now, if not before the shutdown. Ford at least had told them that they're shipping them. I know that. Um, this 2020 Ford Transit chassis, which Leeser uses to build their Wonder model on it, is a really neat chassis. It is a significant an upgrade over the previous year, as the Mercedes Sprinter chassis upgrade in 2019 was over previous year Sprinters. They have a lot of neat features, not the least of which is all wheel drive availability and a gas model for the Transit. So I'm pretty excited about seeing that Transit, that 2020 Transit, and I'm hearing just great things about it. So, but I'm told that they'll start building on that any day now. If they're not already, they'll be building on it. Tom Hoffman, when buying a new RV, what should one consider when picking a dealer? Is the one nearest to your home the best?
As long as you've read reviews and you see that people seem to be happy with them, naturally it's better if you can buy close to home for when you need service.
That's a great. Now, if you're a full timer, um, being close to home is not a big deal because you need it serviced wherever you go. But in general, most RVs are covered. All the stuff is covered. All the appliances are covered by individual warranties by the appliance people. So um, you should be able to get service anywhere in the country. You should. Sometimes RV dealerships are very hard to get into, and they give precedence to people who bought from them. But I would not say it's always best to buy locally. There are good dealers, there are bad dealers, and we have met our share of all of them. And I would urge you to investigate the reviews of all of the dealers and I would urge you to do your research, check the price on the model that you want, and then go check at least two or three other prices at other dealers in different parts of the country. Then talk to them, ask them, what about service? Um, what what will you throw in as an incentive?
Why should I buy from you?
Why should I buy from you? Uh, but the primary thing is you want to find other people's reviews of them, and you can find that in this world by Yelp, by typing in the name of the dealership and the word reviews, and you'll get a lot of feedback if you go online and do some checking. But it's not necessarily best to buy local if you've got a dealer that isn't a good dealer. And just like car dealerships, they're not all the same, right? Um, Hi to Candace in Southeast Arizona. In Canada, and Natalie checks in. Deb Cassell from Massachusetts. A nice warm day there to do some yard work. From the opposite side of the continent, up in British Columbia, is Maureen Tweedy. Uh, Good to see you, Maureen. And a great Instagram page for Bo, says Cindy Barker. Did you subscribe? I hope so, Cindy. And again, for those of you, I'm just going to leave that up. That's Instagram. That's for those of you just coming on now. There's 335 of you watching. Bo now has his own Instagram account. And there it is, right up there. Bo, the RV Elkown. So go to Instagram. He really wants you to follow him. And he says he's got lots of adventures he wants to share that we haven't been sharing on our Instagram accounts. So now we have two Instagram accounts from our little family here. Jennifer and I can be found at RV Lifestyle Mike on Instagram. We ask you to follow us there. And Bo, of course, is right there at Bo the RV Elkhound. And thanks, Cindy Barker, for finding Bo's page. Jacqueline says it's cold and rainy on the Space Coast of Florida. Jacqueline, we have a video to do on the Space Coast. It's shot, it's ready, just ready to be edited and put online. But I've been holding off, and I know I've gotten a lot of you saying, "Oh, put it out anyway." But I've been holding off on that one, the Keys, a couple of parks that we really like in Florida. I just don't want to encourage people to go travel right now. This is not the time for us to be saying, "Hey, go visit this." Soon, but so I've been kind of waiting for that. I don't want to get criticized for sending people out there. But we should have a new video up this Saturday as well. In your opinion, will there be a gridlock at state and national parks when the all clear is given? Gosh, there's gridlock at national parks already.
Some people be a little reluctant to go out, and others will, nothing's going to hold them back.
Yeah, and
So
yeah,
flip a coin.
yeah. Um, there's a whole lot of people who want to visit national parks. This thing should ease right about the time we would normally see a big rush of people going out RVing. Uh, Most school, if not in your state, in many states, has been canceled right now through in September. So as soon as that all clear is given to travel again, I think you're going to see a lot of people heading out, and of course, national parks are always a big part of that.
Now, what about all the Asian tours? Do you think they're
I
still
think those are.
canceled?
I think they are. I think they will. And
Or
many of
will
them,
they rally at the last minute?
our experience in all the national parks we visited for the last couple 3 years, there are more Asian tours there than there are North American or even Europeans coming in. So I think that might ease. I don't think they'll be coming as quickly as our people will go there. But yeah, I think it will be probably pretty crowded. Megan is in rainy California. Phyllis says hi. Ed Richards from he's on an e-bike somewhere. Charles, how can you be riding a bike, Ed, and watching YouTube? That's not good. I don't know. Greetings from Dayton, Ohio, from Charles. Kelly, do you carry a weapon with you when you travel?
Boy,
I'm not answering
that a
that
loaded
question.
question, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Get everybody riled up, whether you do or you don't.
I'm not answering
Big
that question.
controversial question there. We got
Yeah.
Bo. What more do we
Yeah,
need?
we have Bo. You heard Bo. Hey there, Mike and Jennifer. Good to see you online. We enjoy your videos, says Doug. Alan, greetings from Hillsboro, Oregon. Lawrence, do you wash clothes in your rig or save up until you're in the campgrounds or city laundromats?
I don't wash clothes in the rig.
Where would you wash them in the rig?
Well, the sink. You'd have to use the bathroom sink.
Yuck.
Bathroom sink.
No.
I'm
No.
not gonna I'm unless I had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Michigander says, "Hi there, guys."
I didn't tell you, one person that I knew told me that her mother used to put some water in the sink and throw clothes in there when she drove down the
And
road.
let it slosh.
She considered that washing her clothes.
There is actually a bucket you can buy that's just for that.
Yeah.
You put it in a bucket, and it's got even a little ringer in it, like they used to have, like the old fashioned one. But we go to laundromats, and that's one of the reasons we'll stop often, usually at a KOA, because they're always pretty clean and they have good laundromat, good
And I mean,
services.
carrying that bucket would take room.
Yeah. So
When you're in your B or B plus, room is a premium.
yeah, yeah. Um, some are cramping on BLLM. What are your feelings? As long as they're staying in one place, that's great. What we don't want to be doing is driving around into different areas. Um, if you decide, hey, I'm going to go camping, I'm going to go camping on BLM land, you're still in some community, right? And you still are, if you get sick, particularly if you're in a remote area, it's a small community. They don't have the medical resources for visitors. They really don't. They're not equipped for them. If all of their people, are if it's a big spike there, you're just stressing their local system needlessly. So, that's what I'm saying. Don't go somewhere now. If you're already there, just stay there. And stay in one spot until this thing is over. Ronald, are you familiar with the RVs from MDs on Facebook? Do you have an opinion about loaning it for sleeping quarters for medical personnel? Yeah, I don't think that that's necessary, Ronald. I think many hospitals have made arrangements for that. On an individual basis, it may be a great deal, but I don't think it's a huge pressing problem right now. It's a great sentiment that wants to do that, but we're finding many hospitals have even bought RVs for them. There's the matter of cleaning them out. And sure, they can go in and disinfect your RV for you before it sits there. And they'll probably do that afterwards. But
A lot of places might need air conditioning
yep.
and running water. So
Yeah.
every situation is different.
Yep. Uh, if you feel led to that, there is a Facebook group, I think, that's doing that, and more power to all of that. But Um, that's just one of many responses that are out there. It's okay. I don't have anything bad feelings about it, but I'm not sure about the need, whether it's really there. Jimbo from Lincoln, UK. Hello, Jim. And on the other end of the world, it's uh, Queensland, Australia. David says, "Why did you pick the Unity over the Wonder?" There's a video on the channel that talks about why we got the Unity and what we thought of the Wonder and why we really like the Wonder, and that we may go back to a Wonder someday. And you can find that video right here on the channel. Um, from Pasco County, Florida. Good evening from whoever they are. Linda, you guys doing live. You guys, these lives is a bright light. Thank you, and have a blessed Holy Week. Yeah, it's going to be a
And the same to
memorable,
you.
yeah, a memorable Holy Week. My goodness, what a week this is. It's going to be a tough week in our country, as we all know. Uh, Hi to Bo. Bo's lying down right behind us now. He's
Yeah,
given
he's
up.
settled down. I think he wore himself out barking at that pup.
Cindy says the leisure site says parts department is open for dealer and owner support, even though production is shut down for 3 weeks. Yep,
Good.
and that's always good. Our friend Jim in Oakland Township is there. Hey, Jim, good to see you. I wonder if you're still using the Paint Creek Trail. I used to ride bikes with Jim on that trail. Sally says, are you supposed to wear a mask when you go out like you do in Ohio?
Yes.
Um, that's the recommendation now of the CDC, and they recommend a cloth mask rather than a mask that is higher rated, a medical grade mask, which should go to those on the front lines in our hospitals and our healthcare providers. We were at the public supermarket here today, and it's probably going to be our last visit for a couple of
A long
weeks.
time. We
Yeah.
spent a lot today.
Um, they're even recommending you don't go to stores or restaurants unless it's at, or stores or drugstores.
Drugstores.
Just stay
They want
in.
us in.
And because we're right now at the maximum exposure and this thing is coming to a peak, and the more we're out there and we're with other people, the greater the chances are it'll keep spreading. So we're going to follow those guidelines ourselves. We do have masks. Some friends have made masks. I got some today at the dog park from our friend Ken. I think his sister-in-law made a couple for us, and we've got some RVing friends who've made them and are supposedly sending to us. So when we're around other people, we will probably wear them, but we aren't really around other people. We're here in the condo or out at the pool, and there's lots of distance. I think there were 4 people out there today, and we were all 10, 20 feet, 30 feet apart. So, but yeah, you should be wearing masks. They say all over the country right now. Nancy in Medicine Hat uh, did live stream of today's church shutdown. Yeah, every church in the country pretty much is doing that. With our vans parked now for long periods, how do we prevent squirrels from chewing on the engine wires?
Whoa, that's a good question.
Bo, how do they keep squirrels out?
Get an elk count.
Get an L count. Yeah, just go check on it. I know that is a problem many people have, but go check it. Start your engine every now and then. That's one good reason you could start your engine. If you suspect squirrels are in there chewing it up, we met somebody. What was that? Oh, that was Kathleen on our winter camp out in January.
Oh, yeah.
She was on her way in January up to our winter camp out in the snow in Tequamanon Falls, and her RV stopped, just shut down, and she got towed to a dealer, and squirrels had chewed up all the wires inside. So if it's sitting for a really long period of time, and
Was
you're,
that Lynn Ellen who couldn't make it?
I thought maybe it was Lynn Ellen. I thought it was Kathleen.
Kathleen, I thought was there.
Oh,
Oh, it doesn't matter. One
yeah, it
of
was
the
Lynn
people
Ellen.
that
I
was
think it was
coming,
Lynn Ellen. You're right.
they couldn't come because the squirrels chewed up the
It
wires.
was one of the two of them. Somebody who was supposed to be there. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, check it regularly. You can look online for squirrel deterrent, mouse deterrent, but I don't think any of that stuff really works great. I don't think it really does. Um, so let's see. Marshall, Michigan checks in. Dearborn, Michigan. A lot of Michigan people watching tonight. Harold says, "What's the best way to carry e-bikes when traveling in a travel trailer? I've heard the back bumper is not strong enough to hold 2 e-bikes in the carrier. That's possible. The e-bikes weigh about 60 pounds each, so you need to have a pretty good carrier. I have a carrier, a hitch that does a great job, but my bumper is strong enough. What many people would do in a circumstance like that is do a front hitch, and you just have to go to a trailer hitch installer and have them install it in the front of your tow vehicle.
Or then
And
you have bugs all over your
well,
bike.
you put a cover
Yeah,
on
you'd
your
have to
bikes or
cover it.
something. But I've seen that, and that's probably what I would recommend is get a bumper hitch, a bumper mount put on the front of your tow vehicle, and then you mount the bikes there.
And then whoever you buy it from, ask them the bikes, and they'll tell you.
If it's a pickup
Or
truck,
even where you get the or your trailer from, what they would suggest.
if it's a fifth wheel and you use it towing with a pickup truck, you should be able to put them in the back of the pickup
And they
bed.
bounce around.
Yeah, well, you can hold it
Get
down. You can tie it
or a
down.
rack.
There's mounts that you can put and
Okay.
to secure them. So that would be our suggestions there. McDilly's, I've been checking Bo's page. You're going to make us wait until the end of the show. Make it like the news. Up next. Up next. Okay. We have mentioned Bo's page is right here. You just go to Instagram and
If
you
you
can subscribe.
went there right now, you'd lose everybody. You couldn't go there right now because you'd lose everybody.
I can't go there and show it to
Right,
him now, but no. But well, I could. I'd have to.
Yeah, be a lot of work.
Yeah, I'd have to do a bunch of switching and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's Bo the Elkhound and on Instagram, and he wants you to follow him. And he's
Take a picture of him right now, sprawled out.
I don't know if I can.
Oh
get
no,
him
that's
back there.
okay.
Let's
You're
see if
gonna
he's there.
disconnect.
Hey, Bo.
He's sleeping,
where is
Dad.
he?
Let him sleep.
Where is he? I don't see him
He's
back
right
there.
behind us.
Oh, I see his. I see his.
Their chair is
paws
in the
there,
way.
but yeah.
Or my chair.
Yeah, well, he had a busy day today. He was making his Instagram page, so it was a lot of work. But that's where you can follow Bo. And if you haven't followed us yet on Instagram, that's us, our RV Lifestyle Mike. Bo says that he will promote us every now and then,
That's good.
and but he insists that we promote him too. So anyway, there's Bo the Elkhound page on Instagram, and it's going to be fun to see all of that stuff. If somebody wants your recipe already, maybe you can give it to Mary Jane Curry and she can offer it. Lance from Toronto's checked in. Allentown gal, she was just down here in the Florida area where we were earlier this month.
Do I go
She
get the
checks in.
recipe and read it off for those that want it, or this
Yeah.
isn't a recipe show?
Okay, let's see. Do you want Jennifer to
Oh,
read off this
I'll
recipe? If
go get it.
so, give it a thumbs up. All right, I'll go get some questions. She's going to go get you the recipe. It's
Oh,
pretty
I'm
easy.
sorry, Bo. Sorry,
And
baby.
and yeah, now I can show you Bo. There's Bo. Hey, Bo. Come here, Bo. Here. Say hello. Hey, Bo. Bo. Hey, you. You see the squirrel? No? Look. He's mad at me because I was yelling at him all day. And he's very tired because it's a lot of work to make up an Instagram page. His mother is going in where the food is, so that is why he has her attention. Um, Maria says, "I'm thinking of renting a Class B for a few weeks in summer to see what it is like." I bet you were going to say, absolutely. That's the way to do it. If you've never RV'd before, don't just go buy one. Try one, and the best way to do it is to rent one. Good decision. Sharon Childress said she almost made the same thing for dinner. I put stovetop topping on instead of a roll.
All right.
All right, here comes Jennifer.
I use.
Somebody better write this down because,
Whoops.
and then you can share it, send it to us, and we'll post it. But
All right.
Jennifer's
Well,
recipe
actually,
of
it's
the
from
week.
Kraft Foods.
Okay.
Kraft. Well, excuse me, Bo.
All
I
right.
gotta get back here.
All right.
All right. Do I show them a little? Does that work? The picture?
Yeah, they can see
You know,
that.
I think that works pretty good.
What?
Maybe just hold it there for a minute.
Well, you got to tell
Those
them.
that
See
want
what it looks like? It's kind of like
a small glass dish is what I
right
bake
in
it
here. It's a
in.
little glass, and that's chicken
2 cups
with a
of
little bit
chicken.
of a biscuit roll on
Well,
top.
yeah, 2 cups of chicken. Okay, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 3/4 of a cup of sour cream, divided. The 2 cups of chicken, 1 package of frozen mixed vegetables, thawed. That's the got to remember to thaw it. And then 1 cup of mild cheddar cheese, and then 1 cup of all-purpose baking mix, which this is what I use. I like Bisquick too for pancakes, waffles. I like that. And 3 tablespoons of milk, and we always have almond milk. So you mix the soup and half a cup of sour cream in an 8-inch baking dish. Stir in the chicken, the vegetable, and that 1 cup of cheese. And then in another dish, take that 1 cup of
Bisquick.
Bisquick, 1 cup of that, a quarter cup of the sour cream, and then 3 tablespoons of milk, and mix it together. And then you make the 6 little drops of the biscuit on top.
So
350-degree oven, and you bake it for 35 minutes. Takes about 15 minutes, the prep time. Serve 6, and less than an hour, you've got it prepped and you got it cooked, and it's good.
So you've got this. This is an online. If you want to search it, chicken and biscuits recipe at craftfoods.com. See it right there? There's the one we got. Chicken and biscuit recipe at craftfoods.com. And they use the ampersand for chicken and biscuits recipe at craftfoods.com. So I guess we can't call this Jennifer's chicken
No.
and biscuit.
No, I
Okay.
just went searching and found this recipe, and it's a hit.
There you go. It is a hit. And
It
it's
tastes good, and it's easy to make.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Just took delivery of my 2020 C-Class on a Sprinter chassis. What's your fuel mileage? The last trip we took, which was in warm weather throughout all of Florida, it was about a 3,000 mile trip. I averaged 14.3 miles per gallon. And that's not bad. That's not bad. Mark is planning on camping in their RV in our son's backyard.
That sounds like fun.
What a great
we
place
do
to
that.
hunk it up.
I
We
miss
do.
that.
Yep. Our dogs are barking along with Bo. Bo, see what you start. Here, I'm going to let you look at Bo now. Here he is. Let's see if I can get him. He is standing right there.
Bo, where are you? Can't find
He's
him?
looking out the window.
He's waiting.
He's waiting for
He's
somebody to
figuring
come.
somebody's going to take their dog outside.
Yeah, I can't move this too much. I'm going to
No, you
disconnect
can't.
it.
He's right
But
now.
trust
He is
me,
ready to launch.
He wants you to know that as soon as a dog or anything moves out there,
He is
he's on
ready.
it. He is on
I
it.
mean, cabin fever, dog has it.
Yeah. What's the best way to rent an RV cross-country trip for small family? Well, there's all sorts of RV rental companies out there. In fact, this is one, my shirt that I'm wearing, RV and Go. See that shirt I got on? RV and Go, RV and N Go. You can go there, RV N Go. That's one of them. Outdoorsy is another one. RV Share is another one. So those are three. Just type in where you want to go, when you want to go, what kind of an RV you want. They'll match you up with people who are renting their RV, and you can find the best price.
Try to
And
talk your in-laws into buying one and then borrow it.
that's another way to do it. Yeah, that's a great way. Can you give me your thoughts on renting a Class B to see what RVing is like? That's two questions in a row. As we say, that's your recommendation. It's been for years. Before people go out and buy, rent one. Try before you buy, and renting is the way to do it.
Yeah, lots of places out there.
Yeah, we should explain to people though when you do rent, be surprised this for sticker shock. It costs as much as a first class hotel
And they
per
won't let you
night.
bring a dog.
Many of them won't. Yeah, I don't think any of them
Very
will.
few,
Yeah,
if any, will
yeah,
let you bring a dog. That's what kept us from renting one.
because we would have tried that ourselves, but
Oh,
uh,
here's dog.
here's our dog. Yeah, there he is,
Oh,
right
now
there.
he's leaving. He
No,
knows as soon as you're.
yeah. Well, now that he's got his own Instagram page, he's Sabrina, will lack of being able to get parts affect more people buying motorhomes? Well, that is going to be the problem for those who have orders already placed or who will be placing them, because it's not just the RV makers who shut down, so have the parts suppliers. In fact, um, many of the parts suppliers, hello, Bo, many of the parts suppliers ran out of parts. They were shipping parts right up until they shut down. And so they ran out of their existing inventory. And so they've got to ramp up and build their parts and get those on out. And that's going to be a problem in resuming production for a lot of companies. And if you've got an order in, it's probably going to take longer than you'd like, because everything in this society and the culture here in Canada and across the world is shut down. When you pull down your Murphy bed, do you use the cushions under the bed to support the bed? Yes, we do.
There's none under the bed.
Yes, there is. You pull that one out. You pull the seat out. You pull that thing out, and
Yeah.
you
Oh,
pull
yeah.
this
You
the
do pull
cushion
those
out.
two
Yeah,
seats out. Yeah.
yep, yep. You do. So if it really, it's very
I
comfortable.
guess I'm thinking that there's one little cushion underneath in case you want to pull out the seat to make it
Oh
seat
no, no,
four
that's different.
people. I know I was getting complicated.
Yep. But you do, and then the mattress itself is a good
It's a
thick
regular
mattress.
mattress.
Yeah. Hi from Texas. Hunkered down in an RV park, and my dogs, Dashuns, are enjoying all the dogs they can bark at. Dashuns are barking. There's two little ones here under in on one of the lower floors, and Bo actually has met them, and he hasn't barked too much. Um,
Elk hounds are watchdogs and they live to bark.
yeah,
That's all they want to do,
yeah,
bark and hunt.
yep. All right, some other questions. Here's another link. Phyllis gives us another link to try. If you want to go right to the Bow page, if you're not sure what that app means, just go to Instagram.com, Bow the RV Elkown. Instagram.com slash Bo the RV Elkown. That is his official page, and he would love you guys to subscribe him. Um, Somebody says Bo has dogs barking across the country apart from Buddy and Indy. Bo wants Buddy to follow him on Instagram. He says, our friend Tom McAllister, Tom and Kathy. We're gonna have to stop meeting like this and get on the road to meet.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't seen you now. When's the last time we saw you at the Tampa RV show, Tom? And that was just a crazy busy time. So we hope we can run into you soon as we all get traveling pretty soon. I hope. I hope. Linda Marie already hit that follow button. Can't wait to see more of Bo's adventures. Well, he's got a bunch of them. Ed Varga, there you are. We've been waiting for you all night. Where have you been? It's 45 minutes into the show and he just showed up. We're glad you're with us, Ed. We're teasing you here. Let's see. White Lake, Michigan. We have a lot of people from our hometown area there in Michigan.
Because they're all in lockdown. They can't get out.
That's right. Sedona, Arizona. We went to church via Zoom this morning. Praise our Lord. I'm retired, but
Excuse me.
211 firefighter RVers on our Facebook group from around the nation are busy. They are, man. Congratulations, Gene, for all the service you've done, and thank you for it. Um, you know, people don't realize how hard firefighters work. They have no idea of the adrenaline rush and the energy it takes to do that job. And it's a tough job. And
I recall once when you were a cub reporter in Bay City, Michigan, you went to a fire and got lost inside
yeah,
a burning
I
building.
did. It was a
It wasn't your
it was
time
a
yet.
it was a it was a four alarmer, I think is what they called it up there then. And yeah, I got up on and I got way too close to it, and then I got turned around in the dark and in the smog. I couldn't in the fog in the smoke. I couldn't see, and the next thing I knew, I was on the ground and I was trying to crawl out, and Bo must have seen something. And anyway, there was a firefighter buddy there that
It
pulled
rescued
me
you?
up, and gave me a little oxygen, and went right back to covering the story. But man, I don't know how those guys do that. That's a great thing. Uh, Bo's bark lit up Buster too. I expect he wanted to Bo, he's causing trouble. That's his way to get attention, I guess.
Well, he's bored. He's looking out the window. It's been a long day. I mean, we can only sit at the dog park for an hour, 2 hours.
Paul, we have a new to us 2013 Coach House Class B with new lithium batteries and a 2K inverter, getting ready to head out. Oh,
Bo
that's
is
Bo.
jiggling.
I thought that was you. The camera's moving because Bo is leaning against it and he's panting as he looks out. There we
Come
go.
on,
He
Bo.
stopped.
Come here.
He's panting against the leg of the table.
Excuse
All right,
me.
back to Paul's
Come on, Bo.
question.
Sit down.
New lithium batteries,
Sit down.
2K inverter, getting ready to head out west from our home in St. Petersburg. Only questions when. Um, Paul, if I knew that, I'd beat you out there. But probably
Who knows?
you got at least another month of this, at least. I mean, probably longer. We don't know. Who knows? But all you got to do is tune on the television and look at those charts. And it's not the time to travel. And as much as I keep telling everybody, don't think that you're canceling anything. You're just delaying it. You're not denying. You're delaying. You're postponing, not canceling. So. That's good. Hey, my Alcon Loki sends greetings to Bo and congratulations on his Instagram page.
The first Alcon that we met was named Loki.
Yeah.
Your nephew had one, and
My
that's
nephew.
where we were introduced to Alcons and why we bought our first Alcon, Loquette.
And with almost 400 of you now watching us live, that is Bo's brand new Instagram page. So he'll be sharing pictures from his perspective of our various adventures, and he wants you to follow him. So just go to Instagram and follow Bo the Elcount. And I also want to make sure that if you haven't followed us, we're using Instagram 3 or 4 times every day now. We're having so much fun chatting and interacting with people. That's Jennifer and my Instagram account, RV Lifestyle Mike. But now we have two, RV Lifestyle Mike, and then Bo has his own. And he's quite excited about it. He worked hard setting that all up. Okay, Bo, I'm following. You're up to 68 followers. All right. Let's see if we can get to 100 followers for Bo before the end of the night. What's your recommendation on renting an RV for okay, this guy's asked this 10 times. I gotta well, we'll let our moderators deal with that one. Star Trek Picard is amazing on CBS. That's the next series we're going to watch after Downton Abbey, and we'll kind of go from that. Norman, Oklahoma says hello. Donald says still hunkered down, loves the Sunday chats, almost feels like normal.
That's good.
That's good. That's why we're doing these. That's what we're doing. And what's a good cell phone Wi-Fi booster? You don't need one. I mean, I've had them for 8 years we've been doing this. The WeBoost system is probably the standard out there, but now there's a bunch of copycats. But listen, you don't need one. You don't need a booster for the cell phones anymore. We have traveled for 2 years, maybe once, and that was maybe close to 2 years ago. Did I need one? Once or twice. Most of the time, I do not need a booster. I just use that little MiFi card, and it works even when we're boondocking in pretty remote places. So I would not, frankly, I wouldn't recommend one now, even though I have one on. And I may change my tune in some of our travels this year, but I don't think so. So I wouldn't worry about it. I would try it without it because they're more expensive. When we first got one, they were like $70, and they really work good. And I did a video. It's up here in the channel back, in 2012, 2013. We were up in the Porcupine Mountains, and I showed how it amplified that signal and brought it up. That was 79. Now they cost like $500,
Woo.
and it's just crazy. You don't. So try it without one. Do some extensive travel, and then if you do decide you want one, probably WeBoost is the standard out there. You may have answered this already, but I don't know. What were your jobs when your kids were still home before this retirement, which seems like a second career? It is a second career. I was a journalist. And for really the last part of my journalism career, you were a producer. We began. I worked for big city newspapers and television stations, and then we began our own communications business, and we started doing a lot of freelancing. We traveled all over the world, and Jennifer was a producer for that, and we have been real busy.
I don't know if you missed the question before that on purpose. There was one about,
Oh, right here.
yeah,
Oh, well, I did. I didn't see it. Thank you. Two eyes are
4 eyes.
not as good as four eyes. From Ontario, Canada, we're going to U.S. for winter next year.
Next
We
year.
were going to our case for winter and thinking of bringing our small boat along behind our RV. Is there many people doing this, or is it better to leave it at home? You're going to spend the whole winter down here. Bring the boat. I assume you're coming down to Florida or someplace warm. Heck yeah. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't wish I had a boat. So bring it down. I'll go with you. We'd love to see it. There's a lot of people who tow a boat, and you may have a challenge. Yeah, I don't think you'll have a challenge in any RV park. They usually have a separate area where you can put boats and
There has to
trailers.
be someplace
Yeah,
where you can ask.
yeah. So when you call and say, "Hey, I'm towing a boat," a 12-foot, 18-foot boat, whatever it is, and you should be fine. But you'd use it a lot. Let's see. Babylon, Long Island says hello. And have you ever been to Canada? Many times. Many times. We love
You're
Canada.
missing that one right there. Michael, back up to this. Bo, quiet.
Um,
Mr. Bo, quiet.
Gene wants me to mention the Facebook group Firefighter RVs. Now, you told me I had to do it, so I had to do it. But do you know now that everybody's going to want me to mention the Facebook
Oh,
group?
dear.
So we're
Okay,
not going to mention it.
sorry.
We mentioned it once. That's it. Don't anybody ask me to mention another Facebook group, because if I do it for one, I'm supposed to do it for them all. And the only reason I did that is because she said, "Well, answer that one." So we can't do that. And use a painting pole. What were we talking about? I think that was back when we were talking about washing a car.
Mhm.
Somehow strap a brush or something on it, and when you're washing your RV.
And we had a question about, have you ever been to Canada?
I answered that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, because you were pointing at the other question.
Yeah.
Bertina Fisk says, "I work in healthcare, and I wish I was with you too in Bow right now. Please be safe."
Mm.
Boy, I bet you do, Bettina. You be safe, and
Yeah.
man, be really careful up there. That's tough. I drove my van a week ago today, and I got a flat battery yesterday, so had to drive it yesterday. Despite lockdown, only allowed to drive to get groceries or petrol. And that's fine. You're keeping your RV maintained. You've got to take it out on the road a little bit, and that's good. 2013 road track. The black tank sensor seems to never go below the second light after emptying it. The gray tank's the same. Welcome to the world of tank sensors. None of them work past the first time the first season you use them. They never work. You have gunk in there, and that gunk coats the sensor. Even the gray tank, you'll get soap scum and all that stuff. So what they recommend is that you get a cleaning, a little wand on a hose, and go in and just clean all around that black tank. Open the toilet, stick it down in there, run that little high pressure hose. Not real high pressure, but it's a small nozzle, so you get a nice stream, and you just clean it all out. Some people say pour some ice cubes down the black tank and drive around. My friend James from the Fit RV did a test on that, and it didn't work at all. And he did a pretty good video that shows it just doesn't work. So The most effective solution I have seen is to take that little tank cleaner and hose and work there. But the best way to tell if it needs to be emptied is to look down there, and when you start to see that, this is disgusting. When you start to see it getting full, empty it, and you get to know real quick how many days you can use it before you have to empty it. In our case, it's usually like a week before we really want to start thinking about it. So but get one of those cleaning rods. But understand that those sensors, none of them work. They never work past about the first season. Grateful to our healthcare workers. Webster's 55 miles north of Tampa in the middle of the state. Because we're running quick on time, I've got to jump through here really quick, and I'm going to look for some questions that we haven't answered. I've got to scroll through a lot of these. Are you aware of any restrictions of travel from Arizona to California? We have a safe place there to sit this out before we get back home to New England end of May. You're not sitting home. If you're going to get to New England by the end of May, um, I would recommend just stay where you are. If you have to get to California, get there, stay there, and don't waste any time. I don't think there's any travel restrictions that I know of, other than no one is supposed to take any travel that is unnecessary. And they may say yours is unnecessary, but explain you have to go to a safe, quiet place. I'm sure you can get through there,
No.
but no unnecessary travel right now. That's what all the experts say. Uh, is the LTV's factory still running in Canada? Are new unities due to begin production in May? No, they closed it. As of tomorrow, it'll be closed for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, so it's not there. There's a good research. I'll have to check this out. Washwax.com for wash tools and a good cleaner wax. I'll have to put my household cleaning person on that. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of us.
I tend to the inside. You can tend to
All right. Hey,
the
Phyllis
outside.
Care reminds us, Bo, the RV Elkhound. Go there, subscribe. Bo wants you to follow him on Instagram. Bo, the RV Elkhound. We want to get to 100 subscribers for Bo because he's really worked hard on that stuff. And that's what he's looking. Um,
So where are we now?
yeah, I don't know where we are right now. I can't go look at it. Well, I could, but I'd have to stop doing this. I've seen expandable scrub brushes at Lowe's. Can't wait to travel again. Homebound in Kansas. Good
Yeah.
for you, Jolene. Uh, will Bo be having any live chats? Well, he's been doing a live
He's been
chat.
chatting quite a bit
He's been
tonight.
chatting regularly. All your dogs at home have heard them, but yeah, he might. He might. You never know. Um, and let's take a quick look here of any questions. Are you aware of any state mandated restrictions stopping RV travel between states? No, there's none. We have a safe place in the Middle East and I think I just answered that question. There are no restrictions, but you're not supposed to travel. And you were supposed to have stopped that a couple of weeks ago, and I keep hearing reports that there's a lot of resentment when people see RVs on the road. So I'm just telling you that. We all should have been hunkered down a couple of weeks ago. And I know it's hard for a lot of full timers, and some parks have closed. They've had to move, but get somewhere and stay someplace. And no, I don't think you'll get stopped if you're going to that safe place, as I have said. But get someplace, stay someplace. Um, yeah, I heard this today. Did you hear this, Jennifer, in the news
What?
just tonight? A
Yes, I
tiger at the
did hear
Bronx
that.
Zoo tested positive. Is
Yeah.
Bo socially isolating from other dogs?
No.
No, he's not. Bo, he says he's not going to either.
No,
Um,
he goes and plays with other dogs, but they're
yeah,
the regulars.
I'm not going to worry about a tiger. I mean, if they issue an alert with that, that would be something that we'd have to pay attention to. But hey, listen, we're almost there. Bo's up to 91 followers
Whew.
on Instagram. I like how Bo is also following 10 people. Yeah, tell Bo if you have a dog that you feature, Bo will follow you back. He likes to keep up on all of his dog pals around the
Actually, we
country.
go early to the dog park, and there are a couple of dogs that he always plays with.
Yep.
It's like a play date.
Do you enjoy your dish service? Does it work while driving? Does rain interfere? It doesn't work when you're driving, but I really do like it. We really used it a lot on this last trip just before we got here. It was particularly as this virus, and we wanted to be in touch with what was going on news wise. I love the Dish service. It's great to watch. Ours, you can even stream your regular Netflix or Amazon Prime and watch your movies. And for us, I'm a news junkie. It was great to have the news. I love the Dish service. It's really been great. Um, okay, I'm looking for questions. A couple of quick questions. And let's see. There's lots of you asking good questions. Oh, remember the when we were out in California, we got jelly.
Yeah.
Well, there's Karen Lancaster, who's the wife of Walter, the jelly maker from California. She was talking,
Excellent.
hey, we
Excellent.
love that jelly. That was great. Thank you so much. We'll be out there. We'll be out there. And that will
What is
be,
that saying? The good Lord willing and the creeks don't rise?
yep.
Something like
Uh, has the Gunderson, Alabama meeting happened yet? Is the video available to watch? It was on a shareable podcast. Yeah, it's already happened, and it's there. They've put we were all supposed to speak there, a bunch of us, and they moved the whole thing online. A number of people went and camped there anyway. And I think there's still people there camping, but it's online. Go to RV Entrepreneur, research that, or the RV Entrepreneur Summit 2020, and you can find it. And it's all available there. And it should be good. Uh, Maureen photographed the screen of your ingredients,
good.
but didn't get the instructions, so she's going to Google it.
Okay.
Uh, would you briefly plan to start, how you chose to start the RV life, and what yours was like before RVing? It's all on our website. If you go to rvlifestyle.com/about, we tell our whole story there. It's a long story, and we're out of time, and it's all
Can't miss
there.
that one.
Um,
Mike Smith, Cruise America RV Rentals. Dog allows dogs. That's a
really,
big deal.
is that true? I didn't know that. Cruise America RV Rentals. Mike, thank you for telling us that. I didn't know that. If that's the case, that's a good. Many of the private folks will not rent to dogs. So if Cruise America is another site you can rent them from, they've been around for years, and that's also a good place to buy a used RV. They're all Class C's, and they sell them after I don't know how many miles, but they've all been really well maintained. So when you buy a Class C from Cruise America, you get a pretty good deal on them, and that's a good source. We always recommend, because these things are expensive. Buy something used and then trade up, and that way you can be enjoying the lifestyle and trade up. And Cruise America is a good way
So,
to
what do you
stop.
suggest when you want something more than a tent? You want to camp and you want to keep the cost down.
Um, next
A
cheapest,
used
a used
something,
camper, a
a
used
used
pop up
trailer.
camper is probably the next cheapest
Yeah,
thing.
pop up
A
campers.
pop up camper, and go from there. Hey, Gene says great pictures of Bo on his Instagram page. There it is, his Instagram page. Well, thank you. We got a lot more, or he has a lot more. Have you ever traveled to the California coast? Beautiful scenic drive.
Mm.
Yep, so many things to see. We love the California coast. In fact, we'll be there this fall, assuming we're all traveling. We'll be doing a lot of traveling there. Um, uh, are you retired fireman? Uh, no, I'm not. I'm not. Uh, let's see. Okay, here's some of this. Is there? We talked about putting RVs in hospitals. This is somebody at hospitals that she works at in Warren, Michigan, has built Quonset huts in the parking lot
Mm.
for folks to stay in, and that's great. The Dobbs, what's the best RV? They're all so many. I
All
can't.
depends on what you're looking for,
Yep,
your needs.
yep. What's a MiFi card? Just it's MiFi. Just look that up, Carrie Joe. It's a data card that lets you connect to the internet. Uh, why is Bo's channel not listed under your channels on the YouTube site? Because it just got set up this afternoon. I'm sure Phyllis is watching that, but Bo does not have a YouTube channel, and as Phyllis says, don't tell him. He appears in every one of our videos. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
The dog sneaks into almost every video that we have.
It's kind of like Gold Bug, if anybody's familiar with those books with little gold bug appearing on every
Oh,
page.
Richard Scarry's
Yeah.
books. We used to read them to
Yeah.
our kids. And there was a little gold bug, and they have a big picture of all this stuff, and you had to find where's gold.
Gold Bug.
Bo, we should do a where's Bo.
Yeah.
I think it's one called Where's Waldo too. I think it's like that. But
Okay.
every time, if you look at all of our videos, I can't think of except maybe the show ones where we don't bring Bo to. He's in every shot.
Well,
Even
he's always curious as to what you're
we
doing.
don't plan it that way. He just gets in there. So it's pretty good. Uh oh. I've been watching Mike on TV since I was in middle school. Now I'm 50.
Oh, dear.
Not to make anyone feel old. Must be a brother or somebody else that you've seen it. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Uh, how do you give Bo a thumbs up? Well, everybody just give him a thumbs up right now and get him up to over 100 subscribers today. So that's good. Leisure Travel and Locks. James also proved that the angle adapter for your sewer line with the flush hose option doesn't work very good either. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. It's probably out of context because we might have mentioned something earlier on. I don't know.
Hey,
Uh,
we're getting
hey, Jennifer.
pixelated.
Yep. Jennifer, I'm revealing my ignorance, but what exactly does a producer do? I'm familiar with the term. I have no clue what it involves. Many thanks in advance.
Best boy. No, you just help set everything up and make sure everything flows better because I'm a detail person.
Research, interviews prep, setup, location scouting, camera
I know what
angles.
he needs before he knows he needs it.
Yep. And sometimes I don't even, I just do it. I just do what you tell me to do, and that's good. All right. I am just about out of here. I'd love to do more questions, but we've gone 6 minutes over. We could do this all night. Uh, with all the RV talk aside, I'd just like to share my appreciation for your steadfastness and pleasant presence on YouTube. You're a comfort to me, and I thank you. Susan, that is about the nicest thing anybody has said to us in a long time. Thank you.
Thank you for encouraging us.
We feel like you guys are family. We really do, and we love doing these reports, and it's just been so much fun. So, but our time has come to an end, and we have to move on out of here
And
and
take Bo for a walk.
take Bo for a walk, and there'll be some more barking involved. It's a beautiful moon, a full moon. This is our second full moon that we've seen this month, I
Yeah,
think.
everybody can walk outside and look at that. Oh,
Yeah,
here
if
he
y'all look at the
comes.
moon,
You
we're
heard the
there. He
walk
heard the
word.
word. Bo, wanna go
You
for a
heard
walk?
walk.
Want to go for a walk? Do you? You want to go for a walk? Yes, he does. Oh, he wants you all to make sure that you subscribe to his one more chat for his 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 Instagram page. There we go.
There's the cold news.
So we will be back. Let's see. This is a busy week. Tomorrow's our newsletter. Do you know about the newsletter, everybody? If you don't know about the newsletter, we urge you to subscribe. And the best way to do that is just go to rvlifestyle.com/community. We send out a newsletter every Monday morning. And when you subscribe to that, you get a list of all sorts of things you can get discounts on and special offers just to our subscribers. So pick up the newsletter, and you can get that. That comes out every Monday morning, and then after that will be our podcast. We have the podcast that's coming out on Wednesday, and we always have a video interview with the podcast. Friday night, right back here, same time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We will be here with our virtual campfire, our digital campfire, and we invite you to come to that. We've just added that, and as long as we're all kind of restricted with no traveling, we've added that to our regular schedule of videos here on YouTube. So, and then Saturday we'll have a new video, and we're going to do some updates, little things of what our life has been like the last couple of weeks. So we got a busy week ahead of us, and that's my suggestion to you as we close. Everybody's a little stir crazy, including Bo. Take your dogs for walks. You can all do that pretty much wherever we are.
Borrow the neighbor's dog. It's
Borrow the
cheaper,
neighbors. Um,
easier. No, I guess you can't talk to the neighbor.
you can't. Be nice to each other, right? Uh, know that this too will end, and start thinking about where you want to go next. And we will just urge you to go over, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. Subscribe, click that bell icon, and then when we have a new video or when we go live like this, you'll get a notification. Thank you guys for spending time with us on this Sunday night. Please be safe. You're like family to us, and we love you guys very much. God bless you, and have a good time.
Happy trails.